Hi, this is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and I am doing your weekly forecast for you personally in your life, and relates to global events. And this is for the week of July 28th through August 3rd. I have the cards here, pre-shuffled. Okay. And I mess them around. The reason I do it like this instead of shuffling is that the pack, because there's 137 cards in it, it's kind of big. And it's too much to hold. They're not as long as tarot cards because I find that hard to do too. So I made these shorter. Okay, so we're doing the 5-card spread. This is for your personal forecast. And the center card will be shagbark hickory with a flourish, that it is upright. And we've got bayberry, what's beneath, and it's reversed. And that goes in the immediate past position. And this one is for the immediate future. It is macadamia, femininity. This will be the basis past position, and it is papaya, transformation in reverse. And for the short-term outcome, which is what a week is, we've got neem, fragility, and it's upright. Okay, so with a flourish. Right, if we start with the basis, transmigration, I want to make absolutely sure I have this right. Transmigration, oops, come back here, you, thank you. Oh, pooey. Oh, well, too bad. It went out, and I don't want to go back there and type in anything. Papaya. So, transmigration is rebirth into another body, another type of body. It's like transmigration of souls. But in this case, because it's reversed, it is dust to dust, soulless. Okay, so in the basis, we have something that is soulless or purely physical. And bayberry, what's beneath, and it's reversed too, so we're talking about, think something that is undisguised, overt, or shameless. Shagbark hickory, current, and these kind of how the current situation is arrived at. So you've got, see, I would have thought this would be more global, but you know, whatever. Okay, so you've got with a flourish, shagbark hickory. I don't normally have to look at these, but these are a little bit odd. Okay, so this is upright with a flourish. Oh, sorry. Sweeping, graceful movement. Thriving, blooming, progressing. Okay. Interesting. And then in the immediate In the immediate future, we've got femininity. Womanly qualities. And neem outcome, fragility, frailty, flimsiness, and dubious. Hey, this is an interesting reading. So, and this is the personal. So, I would say if you start with the current situation, is it sort of making a show of things, making it like ta-da type thing, and arriving at that position through relating to things on a purely physical level, not taking into account things that may happen because of actions or things that made you want to feel that way, and being overt, and being an overt thing, kind of shameless stuff. I mean, this isn't particularly pleasant, this stuff so far. What I'm getting is that it means that there is some kind of circumstance or position that you're in right now that is causing you, because you're not looking at it in any other way than the physical. And it makes it so that your actions are upfront, they are shameless, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because shame isn't always, it's a useful thing sometimes, but it isn't always that great. And then you've got flourishing, kind of, being showy about it. Now you've got, in the immediate future, womanly qualities. Womanly qualities. So in the immediate future, womanly qualities. I'm assuming not everybody who watches this is a woman. Womanly qualities, or even gay. Womanly qualities, I mean, women are not just, baby makers. There's a lot of other things involved. There is an innate gentleness, allowing for the other to be where it is. And so I will wrap this up, but it takes me, because this is odd. And then fragility is an outcome. Right. Let me think about this for a minute, because this is odd. I'm trying to see an example of what this would mean, all these things together. Acting by being the action of with a flourish, I see as being a way you're covering up from others, maybe from yourself, but from others, something that's bugging you, something that is where you feel like you're not relating to something in your life in a soul fashion. It's just taking it on the physical, which, like I say, is not necessarily negative. and to being overt about it, and that would lead to this, doing things with the flourish. It's like, in a sense, you don't want other people to be in, this is something you want to keep private. So you are putting on a good show, and meanwhile, and it's an open, like, oh, to hell with you, I'm doing what I want. And okay, and so relating to the physical, okay, so maybe what the situation is something that is a physical issue, could be anything, could be a health issue, could be that you're moving, it could be that you have family problems or whatever, but you see it as a particularly physical issue, and and you don't have shame about it, and you are trying to put on a good face for the world. You, in the immediate future, feminine qualities, as I say, I get is basically, it's not like women can't be warriors, of course they can, but there is a different way that you relate to life as a female, with female energy. And that is embracing life, embracing others, embracing fate, whatever. But it is an embracing of whatever and whoever is involved, which gives you the ability to continue to deal with whatever it is. And the fragility, the outcome thing is a fragile thing because it's dealing with things that are transient, that are you're not dealing with a situation you're not seeing a whole picture. You're only dealing with a certain aspect of things, and you've immediately gone to, okay, let's get this out of sight and let's act like everything's okay. And yet you're kind of looking around, seeing what else is out there and how it affects what is going on with you. And it gives you a position of being fragile at the end of it. Now, as usual, I'm doing clarifying cards here. I get, these I read all upright. This is Deodar Cedar, Unbroken. I hope you can see these because I can't see the screen anymore. And I put those down there. And banana, stimulating. And lemon tree, eagerness. Okay. Anybody who's watching this, if they're not bored and walking off already, I redo this as a short later, and it's real quick. I mean, it's less than 3 minutes. So I kind of wrap it up. So I will probably end up thinking about this a bit more and coming up with a more complete reading. But if you take, because I mean, looking at this, I'm saying, how can feminine qualities and fragility aid you in any, well, because this isn't necessarily about aiding, this is just what's going to happen. So you have fragility and femininity because of relating to things as with a flourish, or kind of holding up a brave face, or a determined face. I mean, these things are not necessarily negative. Relating to things on a physical level. Some things you got to do. A lot of things don't seem very. In the long run, they might seem spiritual or something like that. But as the physical, there's lots of things that are just physical. May have impact on spiritual things or your future or whatever, but they don't. They're just stuff that you have to do, and you do them overtly. I mean, there is no shame in doing that. So. But is this the femininity and fragility, are they things to help you or are they going to hinder you in whatever you're doing? And I've got unbroken, stimulating, and eagerness. So, of course, it kind of depends on what you are trying to achieve or do that has all this going on. Which isn't very clear at all. I mean, this could be, as simple as moving house or dealing with some physical issue of your own or going to school, or what are you going to major in, or that kind of thing. But like I say, these things, physical things, just physical actions, physical things are not necessarily negative. They are just what they are, and you do them without shame. You do them overtly. And sometimes when you're going into any kind of situation, you want to have a good face. You want to present yourself positively to the people that you have to work with to achieve what you want. If you are dealing with, say, healthcare people, you'd achieve a lot more by being friendly and personable and letting them do their job than you do by bitching at them. Or if you're trying to sell your house, somebody comes and they want to see it, and you gotta, dress nicely, have the house look great, stuff like that. So this is all physical stuff. So this is a physical thing that's going on. And you're putting on a good face, and you are using feminine qualities, because those things of dealing with other people on that basis are you're trying to achieve something, work something out, sell something, something that you have to work with other people to achieve what you want. And feminine qualities are not weakness. They're just easier going, gentle, friendly, engaging, encouraging, listen to the other person talk. I mean, a lot of people talk too much, and you can either shut them up, or you can say, oh, isn't that right, blah, 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 blah. And you got to keep people talking. And makes them feel more comfortable. But you've got a situation that could be quite fragile, quite delicate, because you've got all these things kind of juggling around in the air. And so the 3 cards down here, you are eager to do whatever it is that you need doing, and you are... And this thing that you're trying to do, achieve, whatever, is stimulating. You want to do it, and it's making you feel energized. Go ahead with it. And this unbroken thing, I want to look what it says on my definitions here. It means undamaged, untamed. Okay. Unbroken spirit. So, alrighty. So you're going ahead with whatever this is, and you feel stimulated, and so you need the energy, and you are eager to. There is a certain amount of what's the word I want here? it's something that it's something that you might achieve long term, but you need a short term result. And the Deodar Cedar Unbroken, you will hold it together to get this thing done. I mean, I know this sounds really vague, but in order to apply it to a huge number of people, you can't say specific, and these things don't do that. So I would say that that's what's happening. You have a something you're trying to get done. You have to deal with other people, and that makes it iffy. But you are eager to achieve your result. You are stimulated by the future that you see that you can get by doing this, whether it's health or finances or school or work or family relationship or whatever. It is something you feel energized to do, to achieve, to finish up. So you have a lot of spirit, you are stimulated, and you are eager to get it done. And those things will help you hold on to things, even though it is very delicate and requires a light touch. Okay, so I will work on this further, like I say, for the short, because I have to whip that together and do a 3-minute thing. So let's do some more cards for this is you relating to global situation, to come back here, to whatever's going on in the world, in your world. You know, I discovered that normal people who are subscribers to me, even though they may not watch my stuff, are actually Canadian, which I think is fun. I lived in Canada for a long time. I even had landed immigrant status for a while, but I was home too long and didn't try to keep it up. Anyway, okay, so first card is Saguaro, and it's reversed. It means the populace. But the populace reversed. I hope I'm getting this. Like I say, I can't see the screen. Okay, it's populace reversed. And in the background, I got a bunch of reversals. In the background, we've got, or the immediate past, we've got joined, and this would be unjoined, a Brazil nut. I hope I am, like I say, I hope you can see this. It's Brazil nut joined, and it's in reverse, so it is obviously unjoined. And this is not the populace. Come here, you. And this is in the immediate future. Mangrove strength in numbers, and that is upright. Yeah, okay, that should work. And in the basis past, I mean, where's this all coming from? We've got candle nut. Family tree, and it's also in reverse. Oop, that was upside down. And last card there. This is mahogany creativity, and it's upright. Okay, so this is world situation that you gotta, how you're gonna deal with it. So we have the populace is not at the heart of it. And in the immediate past, we've got Brazil nut. Did you know the Brazil nut is the tallest tree in the Amazon forest? And it sits up there, and these bees go from tree to tree to tree, pollinating things. And because they can see, I guess because they can see it. And when they cut down Amazon rainforest things, it makes it hard for the bees to get to the next tree. And so the things don't get pollinated. But it's a problem. Anyway, join, unjoined. So we've got the populace not engaged or something, and they are unjoined, and in the basis past, family tree alienated from the family, deprived of inheritance, alone in the world. Boy, this already looks like it's a something. Okay, and then in the immediate future, you've got strength in numbers. Looks good. I don't think we need to worry about that. And mahogany creativity. So my immediate thoughts on this one, unlike the other one, which was very unclear, is that in the world of politics, of everything that's going on in the world, it's not just here. I mean, there's stuff going on every place where the people, the populace, is being cut out, is being deliberately disjointed from helping run the country, or even understanding what's going on. And as a global and family of, well, all kinds of global family, yes, because if you take the environment stuff as a part of a global, it's, in my mind, the climate issues are the most important things, because it seems obvious to me that if you can't live in the climate you're in, if it's too hot, if it's too cold, if everything's dying from the heat and there's no food left and everything, I mean, we're talking about extinction. So global extinction. And you know, maybe a few people will be able to live on some fancy yacht for a few years, but after that it's over and out. So to me, the climate is a big thing. And as a populace in the world, we are definitely not being allowed to be involved, because more people recognize this than you might hear, you might think. But it's a big, important thing, and people aren't seeing it. So that's how I interpret this. And then in the immediate future, you got strength in numbers, which means to me that the populace is saying, hey, wait a minute, you know, we're the ones who are going to die here. We're the ones who are going to be homeless. We're the ones who are not going to have enough to eat or be able to own anything or afford to buy anything at a grocery store, because, you know, this few people are taking it all for themselves out of fear. People do these things out of fear. And the outcome card is creativity. Now, in order to make things change when things have kind of gone along a certain way for a long time, then you need to work out new ways of creating change, of new ways of engaging. And it's all very nice to march in millions of people marching, and it does have some effect, but you're still working within the system. So I don't have any suggestions about how we should do otherwise. I'm just saying that in order to make changes that help the people work, then you need strength in numbers, you need to get it together, and you need to think of new ways, think of creative ways of turning this bit around. Now, I've gotten into doing this clarifying card, so I will. So on the outcome stuff, we're doing 3 uprights, Koa Acacia reaching out, sounds fair, and Paw voluminousness, silly word, and this one, and Ebony without fault. This come up. These have come up. Most of these, not all of them. Anyway, so to think of now, these are these are like, oh, okay. So if you get your strength in numbers and you got your creativity, then voluminousness doesn't mean numbers. It means lots of something. tea. Roomy, substantial. Yeah, substantial was the word we want. These words, you know, you might think, well, why'd you pick that word if you don't know what it means? It's what the tree said to me. I mean, when I made these cards, I selected a whole bunch of trees, and after I decided which ones and how many and whatever, I just asked each one what concept, what action, whatever, what do you want to represent? And these are the things it told me. And out of 137, nobody repeated anything. So I thought, well, that's pretty good. Anyway, so the word it said was voluminousness, which, and these things are all out of the dictionary. I took everything out of the dictionary. And it means substantial, roomy. Okay, so you have that whatever you're going to do that is creative, it makes room for everybody. And it, by its very existence, it is large, it is inclusive of anybody, everybody, and it has a lot of weight to it all on its own. And this comes about partly by reaching out. And you reach out without finding fault, because that's how we get separated from each other. We find fault. I was talking to a friend this morning, and who was talking about interacting with a neighbor. And if you get into politics, it's like, don't get along. But if it's on a basis of human beings relating to each other, you get along and you're not looking for faults. And so that brings people together. And so this is the people in great numbers who just carries a great heft because it is so many people. And they are creative, they reach out to each other, and they do not find fault. Okay, so that's it for this week. And I will, like I say, put this in a short, and a few people will watch this and they won't. And that's okay. The more people watch the short, or part of the short anyway. So this is for the week of the 28th of this month through the 3rd of next month. And I hope this is meaningful to somebody. Now, I do advise look at the short, because I will have kind of put it into one thing as opposed to this long rambling thing I've just done. Okay, so that's it. And I will try to raise this so that so that I can sort of see myself, which I can't really in this. I kind of see a reflection. Don't go that way. There's my side face. Boop. Okay, so there we go. This is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and thanks for watching if you have. And I will be back next week with another reading. And like I say, look at the short. And if you enjoy this stuff from the trees, it's amazing how these things actually come out as something. I don't know why. I just knew they would. I can do tarot. I'm not real proficient at it, but but it's a system. It's new. It's certain elements and numerology. This isn't that. This is just whatever they told me. So anyway, I hope you like it. And like I say, this is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and I will see you next time. And thank you for watching. Bye.